it's like I can't cut. Like literally, if I say something, I have to like not cuss or do not have it be too cruel. Yeah. Like, damn, where's this energy for people who get doxxed? Like, the hell?
Traveling to Skya Industries.
I'll be watching over you.
5-1. Wait, can I change the costume? I'm tired of this damn costume. The same one every time. Ooh, oh, I did the silliest shit over the weekend. So, I did the silliest shit on Instagram over the weekend. It's low-key kind of fucked up, but like, I just thought it was like it was a little funny to do. It's not funny, but like it's funny that I guess to do like if you didn't like somebody or they caused you trouble. So let me explain. So there was like this classmate from classmate from my high school that I didn't like. I didn't like him, and he would always just say like some stupid shit that would get on my nerves every now and then. And it wasn't just him. It was like a group of his friends, because his friends, he didn't like me, I didn't like them. But yeah, so it was kind of a hard time for me. So long story short, I came up with the craziest idea. I'm like, you know what? I didn't like how he talked to me the other week, so I'm gonna troll him. So what I did was, instead of trolling him directly, I made a page and was like, you know, oh, you know, if this person passed away or something. As, I know people don't like, those are like the worst things, right? I was like R.I.P. passed away. I was like, I was his brother. I'm not me, like I didn't have my face on there, but it was like, you know, just his pictures, and I'm like, oh, I'm his brother. He was shot by a Desert Eagle. You know, on the McDonald's at 2 in the morning. I mean, that in itself is not funny, but it's just, you know, the stuff I came up with. I'm like, I gotta come up with this whole Wattpad ass story, whatever this is, so people can, like, you know, believe it for a little bit. So people didn't really believe it there, because you know, obviously someone like him, for him to be as popular as he is, he had people like checking on him to see if he was okay. Literally had people checking on him. So they were all like, this is bullshit. He's alive. He's calling me right now. What are you talking about? And they just didn't believe it. So they ended up being like, you know, what the hell? They're like, this is false. You're full of shit. And I ended up getting 41 comments on that page too, on that post. And everybody was giving me attention. His family was messaging me, cussing me out, saying like, oh, this is, and then I'm like talking shit to their family too, just to piss the dude off. And then the guy, like, he posted in his stories and was like, fucking goofies, niggas saying I died and shit. Oh god, I'm telling you, like this, I used to troll a lot harder like this back in the day. Back in the day, I was, look, I had to get nerfed back in the day. I got nerfed, but man, the shit that I did back in the day. But like now, I'm like much more chill with it. I'm very like picky on who I troll now. If I don't like somebody and like they're thriving on the internet, I'm trolling them at some point. I'm be calculated with it. I'm not a person where like I have no life. Like obviously I have a life. I mean, I'm not sitting around waiting to troll people all the time. But it's like sometimes just be like, you know what? I have a funny idea today. It'll be something like that. I just have like a funny idea just comes up in my head, and it's like, you know what? Let's see the reaction to this. And yeah, everybody like was like mad. Cause here's the thing, Chloe. This is what people don't ever. People like they're so emotionally reactive. They react to trolls so negatively, and it's like that's what they want you to do. You're feeding into their hands every time. Every time. That's why when I got trolled, when people trolled me, I didn't say nothing. I say absolutely nothing. Every now and then I'll probably joke about it, but like literally I'll say absolutely nothing. Like there was a guy who was sending me like racist messages and stuff on my streams, calling me like nigger, but like saying like changing the numbers, like changing the letters to like a number so that he couldn't get banned. But I blocked him, so now he doesn't come up anymore. But it's funny because it's like, I don't know where they come from, but that's the thing with trolls, right? It could be just anybody. It literally could be somebody you don't even know or somebody you do know. But yeah, I mean, I trolled the hell out of that guy. But I gave up after like 2 days because it was boring. I mean, nobody was really messaging me. It was like a one-off thing. They didn't believe it. But I can imagine that everybody was probably like freaking out. But it's funny because it's like, all this because somebody I didn't like, right? That's the thing that'd be crazy about it. Like, you'd be surprised the stuff people will do to you if they don't like you. It's crazy. People will do some crazy shit. I mean, I feel like my reason was a little justified. Maybe this was very extreme out of all of them. I think I should have did something a lot like this. Was kind of like, ooh. I mean, it would have been worse if I went on camera and was like, oh god, this person died. Like, oh my god, R.I.P. Which, hopefully he doesn't die. I would not wish that on anybody. But, I mean, pretending that he died, I mean, it's not the same as, like, you know, saying, I hope he dies. Because I don't hope that. Why would I hope that? I mean, that's just harsh. Like, nobody deserves that. But it was just funny to do it because it was just like, you know, people get really, like, angry about that stuff. Because here's the thing with the internet, right? Never taunt. If you like racist things, homophobic things, what else? Talking shit about people's disabilities, and I guess catfishing or pretending things happen when they didn't, are the number one things people don't like that will get people angry in like a minute. Or family shame them or something. That's also a thing too. Like if the mom is like here's an example, right? The mom is a struggling addict and she's like recovering, and then someone makes a comment and it's like you're not really sober. Like, right, like the trolls will do stuff like that. So, yeah. That's why it's like I don't know if you've ever gotten trolled, but like if you I don't mean like by like, you know, a prank, like a friendly prank, like if someone just straight up trolling you trying to get your reaction. Don't give it to them. Because they just want to laugh at you. You never know. They could be recording it too. That's the other thing. Cause, yeah, cause my troll, some of my troll moments, I recorded it just so that way I could just see it to see like so that way I can remember it. Cause I'm probably gonna forget in my mind. So like, what I'll do is I'll probably like watch a video of, you know, the trolling happening and then seeing it on camera and then being like, yeah. I definitely was kind of crazy what I said there.
I'll be watching over you.
But yeah, that's why I'm like, you know, if I get exposed, oh my god, it's gonna be over. I'm gonna have to like not say anything for like weeks upon weeks. My message is gonna be filled with death threats. Oh my god, they're gonna be like, you traitor, we believed in you when nobody else wanted to, and you fuck us over like this. You're canceled. Because I'm at a point, honestly, everything, like, everybody gets canceled at some point. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter if, like, you're innocent. It doesn't matter if, like, you didn't do anything. You could just exist. People are waiting. They're waiting for you to fuck up. I'm telling you, like, people are waiting. They might not be... Sorry. I thought I heard someone call me. But people are like waiting, like royally waiting for you to fuck up sometimes. But that's why it's like you might as well just not even care. Cause just the other day, like literally on my Instagram, I was like, you know, why is Bill Cosby like out of prison? I mean, I'm personally not mad at it, but I'm more upset, you know, that the survivors have to see that. And I remember my female friend, she was like cussing me out and being so rude about it. And I just remember I'm just like, you know, I ignored her. Because the only thing I told her, I was like, he raped those girls. He had to. Because why would, even if some were lying, why would, even if it's just like a couple were lying, You know, the fact that it's 60 different women who don't know each other is kind of crazy. I mean, it's like reducing the fact of, like, you know, what happened. And what happened is that people were assaulted. And we have to acknowledge the pain that came with that. And, I feel like, because, honestly, this is my opinion, I feel like because Bill Cosby is black, they just want to just make excuses and say, like, you know, it's like a black man thing, like, they're trying to tear a black man down, and it's like, that's not really what it is. I don't see it that way. Like, I would have, because I held Harvey Weinstein accountable when they called him out, so, I mean, why would it be any different because it's Bill Cosby? I mean, that's just me. Because, I mean, look, because I know damn well if I was a lesser known person, I don't think people would have made excuses. I'm talking about if I was the person that, not saying I am, but I'm saying, like, if the person, or actually, you know what, I'll say a different example, because that's kind of crazy to say. But, like, if the person was, like, lesser known, and it was just a random, like, you know, dude that, like, raped somebody, then yeah. People will probably not make excuses for it. They probably won't really find ways to really, you know, discredit that. I don't think. But then it gets complicated because it's like you wait too long, then it's like, how do we know if you're telling the truth? So yeah, it just doesn't really. It's just such a complicated story. It's like, how do you even approach it without victim blaming or being a rape apologist? It's just all that stuff. But she cussed me out. She kind of cussed me out about it, so I ignored her. And then I kind of, on my Instagram, I kind of was just like, social media is just so cruel sometimes. That's why I just take a break. Like, I step away from the people who are cussing me out. Honestly, that's not really what friends do. Friends don't do stuff like that, but at the same time, I mean, I've been around her for so long, and I mean, we kind of just been through so much together, and it's like, I really don't feel like cutting people off, to be honest. I just don't. Because some things is just, you know, that's just what she does. But at the same time, you know, if you're being rude, you're being rude. Because I know if it were me cussing her out like that, because I've cussed her out before several times. I cussed her out several times before, and I was not a very nice person about stuff all the time. But I mean, I cussed her out every now and then. Of course, these people do this. But I cussed her out. I called her out of her name a couple times too, which was not okay. I can say that was not okay. But I mean, I kind of wanted her to feel what I was feeling. And you know, with her, it's like, the thing is, she has the tendency to lie about stuff. She's like one of those kinds of how can I put it? Pathological liars, basically, that will lie about every and anything. And it's really annoying because it's like, on the one hand, sometimes it's funny. Shut up, Onyx. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's like, okay, this is fun. You know, sometimes I don't really care. But sometimes I'm like, I just want the truth. I just want to know the real her. I want to know the real you in all this. I want to know what's really you. And, you know, when someone lies like that, you don't really trust them. You don't really believe anything they say. You kind of just be like, whatever. I mean, just go with the flow, but you don't really go with it because you want to. You just do it so, you know, you're not getting on anyone's nerves. But, I mean, yeah, I just wish she'd be more honest. Because she kind of just does that a lot. But then she's also kind of rude to people, which, you know, was the case with me earlier. I was telling you with, like, you know, I told her about the Bill Cosby thing. Well, I didn't tell her directly, but I posted about it in my stories, and I was like, he raped those girls. What is there to... I know you're honest to Hiller. Alex, what are you talking about? Anyway, thing is, she's kind of rude, and, I said that already, but, like, I didn't even talk to her directly. She had responded to my stories because I posted about it, and she just got, like, just sent me all these messages about it. and then I ended up deleting the stories because I'm like,
You and your colleagues
I don't feel like talking about this, honestly. I don't feel like having anybody else messaging me about it. It's like, if I feel that way, I feel that way. I wasn't rude about it. I mean, I was very honest. I mean, I'm not the only person that feels this. It's not like, I'm trying to tear somebody down. I mean, most of the time when people get accused of stuff like that, and it's a huge group of people, somebody did something. Usually. It's usually not a coincidence. Usually somebody did something. Usually. There are some cases where maybe it didn't happen, which then of course, you know, I'd have to apologize, but... Alex, oh my god, all these damn questions. You're such a troll. Worry about your mighty ruler rank. Why?
We still need you. Damage and amplified.
Yeah, you ain't seen me all day. You ask me all these questions as if I've been out at the club cheating on you. You know how that works, right? You know, you be at the club and then, you know, you come home and the person's in a robe with their legs crossed, like, where have you been? I got distracted, my bad. I was like telling a story and then I just wasn't telling it. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do that a lot, so bear with me. I'm gonna be honest, I'd make a pretty bad YouTuber. If I had everything unedited. Cause then it would just be like, yeah, stream. That's the thing. No, I stream on YouTube. Oh no, to the PS4. Crap. Oh my god, these people! Onyx, you just want to get blocked, don't you? Watch, you're gonna check Twitter and it's gonna be like user not found. User not found. Like, you can't contact this user no more because he's blocked you. Damn, I didn't even be thinking you'd be watching them like that either. What? Onyx, oh my god. You're dragging me too hard. Oh, just the audio. I don't really like showing my face that much because my hair be kind of crazy. Yeah, because you know if I block you, we'll both cry. That's why I can't block you, because we're too good. Because look, you're gonna be coming right back. Just make another account and be like, "Hey, bestie." Like 2 days later, you're gonna come back on another account, pretending to be somebody else just to talk to me. Cause it'll just be he said exactly. Cause look, it's like, you know what? I blocked you, but it's cool. You can stalk me. I know you miss me. Oh god, get that magma added, bitches. Oh, I forgot I had the alt.
60 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna have to sneak and shoot, I think.
The enemy has placed a turret.
Enemy turret neutralized.
This will heal you.
No. Die. What happened? Oh, you were... Like, you have the controller with you, but you're, like, setting up something? Oh! It must be, like, kind of one of those houses where it's, like, not that big. So you're able to stay close to the PS4.
Play of the game.
Oh, wow. I swear, one of these days you gotta show me your house. I gotta see it. Hey, you can see mine, cause look, if I'm gonna see your stuff, you gotta see my stuff too. Cause then it's like I know your layer, you know mine, so we gotta give each other both our secrets. Yeah, here's the crazy thing, right? When I used to work at Amazon, I used to build stuff like crazy all the time, but I got tired of it. Cause it's like I come in from work, I'd be tired. I don't want to build stuff, but it was worth it. I mean, my room looks so much better. Like honestly, that's honestly the part I take away from Amazon that I don't ever always think about. Cause it's like not in my face every day. Cause I got used to it. You know, I got used to being able to sleep on a bed frame that I paid like 100 something for. Like I was buying stuff left and right on weekly checks. That was the good part. I could spend mad money on stuff all the time, and that's what I miss. That's really what I miss so much. Like just online shopping. Like I shop like every week. It was crazy. Oh my god, I shopped so much. It was crazy. I missed that. It was such a fun lifestyle, but you know it came with a lot of like, you know, poor spending, obviously, but at the same time, it was stuff I needed, some of the items. In fact, maybe even a lot of the items I needed it. But I just wish I kind of knew more about what it was that I could have gotten. Cause it's one thing to buy a table, right? But you have to kind of know what kind of table do you want. And if you don't really know, if you're just getting the item because it's cheap and stuff, then you don't really have a 100% precise idea how you want to do it. So yeah. Oh, 8 shots. Oh, powerful. But yeah. So yeah, she was pretty rude, so I just ignored her. And I don't like stuff like that. Like I don't like being criticized too hard like that. Like that's not fun. I think there's a way that you can criticize someone without coming across as kinda negative or just so harsh. Like if you want me to understand you, definitely don't cuss me out. Definitely don't do stuff like that. That's how I will not talk to you. That's the easiest way for me to either be rude or ignore you. Because if I care about you, I'm gonna ignore you. If I don't care about you, or if we're enemies, or you know, that relationship's not there for any reason, I will be rude to you. And I'm not rude to many people, because people will tell you they love me in a minute, but you know they don't see my bad side because nobody triggers it. Nobody's stupid enough to trigger it, but to the little bit of people who are stupid enough to trigger it, you know, they're going to get it. But you're gonna learn the matchup today. Cause look, here's my thing, right? I'm an easy character, but I have some stuff about me that like is just crazy. So when people see that stuff, they're like, "What? I didn't know you had this." Yeah, you didn't know, cause nobody uses me. That's the thing. Xiaoyu is stupid enough to trigger. Yeah. Xiao, yeah, she is of all people. He's talking about Tekken character I don't like. Oh, I thought that was an enemy. But yeah, every now and then, I mean, I do get smart with people. I'm very, I'm pretty tame about it compared to other people, because other people, they'll blow up on you like no problem. But for me, I have to be sophisticated, and you know, I have to, you know, choose the right time when I could get mad at somebody. Because for someone like me, I feel like I've built my image on being kind of Farrah Abraham. Farrah, we don't like her over here, Onyx. Come on. Of all, I can't believe you brought her up of all people. She was so rude to her mom. I'll never forget that. But that could just be reality TV show stuff. I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy. Then why fair? I thought you were talking about fucking I thought you were talking about the reality TV show star. Cause I saw Farrah Abraham and it's like, oh, Farrah, you on drugs today? He is definitely on drugs today. He's never this fun. Oh gosh. He's trying to shoot me. You really should play Overwatch. No, not really. It's not like chess. I mean, what you do is, I mean, you're using moves because you'll have like a list of like, well, not a list of moves, but you'll have like a set of abilities that you have to use appropriately, and you have to make sure you use them right because there's like cooldown on a lot of the moves. So and some moves have high cooldown, so you have to be really careful how you use them. Died again. What was the plan? Fuck you all. Alright. People are kind of rude today. I'm gonna leave. I was copying Selena Gomez for a second, cause she was doing a live stream, and then people were like hating on her or something, or sending her some hate, and she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna leave. People are being kind of rude today." This is why I don't go live often. Alright. Could be but yeah, I have a pretty complicated relationship with like my friends that I do have. Especially that girl I told you about earlier. Cause her of all people, she has probably been among the most rude. People weren't being rude, they were just being honest. Huh? Onyx, I don't know what you're talking about. Literally, what are you talking about? Cause I was talking to one of my cause I'm talking to somebody on the a party chat. You probably can't hear them, but I'm talking to somebody on party chat. Yeah, so he's probably like, what the fuck is like what is he talking about? Like, what am I talking about? But yeah, yeah, I have a pretty complicated relationship with my friends. Or that one girl. Cause I swear, me and her would fight over and over and over again. And argue and call each other names. Well, I called her names, definitely. But she would do stuff to me and stuff, and then, you know, we'd argue. And people would kind of watch us, and people would tell me, you should slap her. Like, what? Why would I slap somebody who's a friend of mine? I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, high school is crazy. I'm so glad I don't ever have to go back ever again. Cause look, it's like, here's the thing: people see you getting the diploma, right? They don't see the pain, the scars, and everything you had to go through to get there. They don't see the loss of friendships, the narcissism that you had to go through. They don't see that. They don't see that. They probably don't even think of it, cause who would? I certainly don't think of it when I think of high school, or when I think of school. Not immediately, but I know somewhere. I know it happens. Bitch! Give me that weave. Give me your weave. Give me your weave. You can give me the weave. Oh, my ult's ready.
A speedy recovery.
I know, right, Onyx? I had such fantasies about that in high school. I'm like literally. I'm sorry, like I sound like such a psycho, right? But it's like literally, I wanted to kill those bitches sometimes in my mind, and it's like I've never had that thought in my mind before. But it's like you cannot bully people and think people are not gonna think this stuff about you. I'm sorry. I mean, do I think that now? No, I don't. I don't think that now. It's just not in my mind. Fuck! Keep dying. But I swear, people will do the darkest shit to you in high school, in school, and then when you blow up on them or like you act out, it's like you're not the victim anymore. You're like an aggressor. And I'm like, what about the stuff they did to me? What about my trauma? You know, so it's like, yeah, I just don't like to... That's kind of why I trolled that guy, because I'm like, I remember all that shit, I'm just like, you deserve that shit. You deserve it. I'll murder his ass. Ah! I'm sorry, I had to scream, because he killed me in the ult. I don't like that. It was useless anyway, because it was... 100. And it got so bad that like I was doing so much in high school that I ended up messaging a dude and trying to like get him to talk to me and stuff, and it's like he didn't really do that. Like honestly, I kind of made him uncomfortable, and it's like I never wanted to do that. And I ended up getting in trouble with the school for messaging him because they were asking all these questions, and they almost suspended me. And then in that same day, people were gonna beat me up too. I was gonna get beat up for that, and it was just really crazy. Cause really, I thought I was invincible. Cause I had the mindset like everybody hated me. There's no way in hell anything I do is gonna fucking matter. No, it matters. It matters. The shit matters. Cause I cannot. There's some things I just cannot like do. Cause this thing is, somebody's not into you, they're not into you. Or if they're not straight, they're not. I mean, if they're straight, they're straight. You can't change that. But no matter what you see, cause that's the thing with you know, reading people when like you're not straight, right? Like you gotta figure out, is somebody into you, or are they not? Or are they just DL? Like what is it? It's so hard. It's so hard to tell. And sometimes it's not always obvious. It's not. Cause there are different kinds of people too, who cause obviously not everybody you know is like, how can I put it? Like not everybody is like a femme. Obvious femme all the time. Like some people you just can't tell. You can't really tell. Like you'd have to ask them stuff to kind of know, but then it's like, why would you want to ask somebody that stuff? Get healed. Like I'll never forget, I got in trouble for that stuff. It was so embarrassing. Like I don't wish that kind of embarrassment to anybody. Like it was embarrassing for me. It was the worst. Like literally, I was just leaving high school. I came out on Instagram. I had the best W, but I mean, it wasn't the best like thing that I mean, it didn't offer me the best results of coming out. But I mean, I could say it could have been a lot worse. But I mean, hey, I got to really be honest about who I was. But at the same time, you know, I was so insecure, like, so much. And I'm just like, I have the mindset, like, everybody fucking hates me. So, I'm just like, people hate me, fine. I'll just do it. I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck up, I'll do whatever I want. And that was, like, the worst thing, right? Because then you do that, you know, you fall into the, you're gonna eventually get in trouble because nobody's invincible in high school at all. So I did that dumb shit. I got called out so hard, and it was crazy. Like that was a moment where I'm like, I got canceled. Like I felt that people were about to literally not talk to me anymore because of that. Like that, it was so extreme. Which I think is like the worst thing too. Even my ex-best friend at the time, he wasn't gonna talk to me anymore because of that. He was like, I can't associate myself with someone who does that. And I think that's like such a shitty thing to do. I mean, your friend is going through something, and they made a mistake, and you're gonna do something like that. Like that's very fucked up. And Alex, you know who it is, right? It's Corey. I didn't want to like name drop or anything, but then again, I'm like, I blocked him. He doesn't care. He's never gonna see this, so might as well do it. Everybody else though, they're not getting name dropped, but keep killing me. I give up. They keep killing me. I'm about to just play Tekken, but like I don't feel like it. I'd rather just play this game. Much easier to focus. But I did that dumb shit, and nobody wanted to talk to me after that. Almost nobody. And then I got blocked by so many people. No, we don't. And Alex, it's crazy because it's like a part of me wants to just let the shit go and be the bigger person. The smart part of me is saying, let it go, be the bigger person, just don't talk about it. But then the other part of me is like, I can't lie about the trauma I faced. I can't lie about it. I can't lie about how many awkward arguments I got in with him on Instagram. Like literally he was low-key unapproachable when it came to certain things. If I told him, hey Corey, you know, there's this song I really like, you want to check it out? He'd be like, I don't care. Or he'd be kind of rude. It'd be stuff like that, and it's like, that's not what friends do. Friends would never talk to you like that. Friends set boundaries, but they don't act like intentionally rude just cause, you know? Like there'd be some days he would not say anything, and he would never really talk to me about anything, and it's like, I mean, I get, it's fine if you need space, but talk to me about it later and like, tell me stuff. Nah, don't ever give for that peasant. I won't. I won't. I really won't. It's just too traumatic. And my family was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be friends with them no more." They was telling me, they're like, "You can't be friends with that guy no more. You shouldn't." And you know, it was just so traumatic because it's like I didn't want to leave that. That was something I did not want to let go, because I felt like that was like the heart of high school, of my experiences. Like pretty much a lot of the stuff I did. You know, got a little better because he was there, but like he was just a person there. He wasn't. We didn't really offer any. I'm not gonna say it was all bad, but I will say it didn't come with like a lot of good. Like I generally look back and I'm like, why was I friends with him?
Executing flight maneuver.
I should have known from like the first time, like, okay, don't be friends with them. But I kind of felt like I'm fucking this up because everybody hates me. I can't just not be friends with like that person, right? I have to, right? Like that's the thing. Like you kind of feel like I have to. I have to be friends with this person, or else I got nothing. Like I kept telling myself that, and that's why it broke me when you stopped talking to me that moment. When I went through that, I sent you some funny stuff in your DMs. I think I've seen it already. But I mean, yeah, I mean it was just kind of crazy and Cool. I'm gonna say this right now. I mean, I probably said it before, but like, if something ever comes out about you, I'm gonna support you no matter what, because I know what that feels like, to have people judge you and be like, "You fucked up. We're not gonna support you no more." Catch you. Anyways, if you see Baptist, tell him I love him. New stuff. Oh, new stuff? Okay, let me see it. I have my stuff on mute on here. Oh, I've seen this already. Misplaced stuff. I wonder if she's Russian. I don't know.
Let's get you back out there.
But I mean, yeah, I had to let that go. It was something. It was like the hardest decision in my life to do. It was like the first time where, huh? Oh no, I was saying when I just finally decided to cut Corey off. I mean, it was like the hardest thing for me because low key, it's like it was something I did not want to do. I did not want to do it at the time. I didn't feel like I was ready. And then at the time too, I was just talking, you know, starting to talk to, you know, my ex at the time. Like I hate when I burp and I'm talking. Like, don't be rude. My body is so rude. I was just starting to my you know, boyfriend at the time, who is now, you know, my ex, who I have zero contact with. I can't message him at all. Only way I can message him is to make a fake account, which I'm not doing because that's like stalking. Like, what? But yeah, I mean, it was just, you know, at the time, yeah, I had that happen. So I had cut that off in the year. I mean, that time. So that was like, I think in January or February. And I ended up making a post about it that was like, I cut off toxic people. Hopefully you guys do the same. And I've never done it before. I've never manually cut somebody off. It felt good to do that. It showed, you know, I am strong after all. I'm not a weak person. But sometimes you hold on to, you know, the best of things and not really see things for what they are. Because when people tell you who they are, take it. Please take it. Because case in point, I mean, I'm sure you know what I do. I mean, you know enough about me, like where like, yeah, I know what and what not to do. Somewhat. You probably don't know everything, but you know at least something. Like, you know at least some core stuff about me where it's like, yeah, don't do that. Like, remember that thing I told you, like, with Professor Gibson when he was talking shit about my hair? Like, he basically told me straight up, he's like, why would you want to get this hair and all that? Like, he was asking me all these uncomfortable questions, and it's like, oh. And then I kind of got irritated because I was just like, yeah, be careful going there. And I made like this big deal about having my hair dyed. I think I was a little like too, I have a right to be upset about it, but I just think I was just too like, I was too offended by him doing that. I was. Cause I didn't think it was right, you know, I didn't think it was right for someone to judge me like that. And it hurt a lot more because I looked up to him growing up. And got exposed to him growing up and stuff. Because I worked with him, you know, so when you have that relationship with people, it affects you. And then all that stuff goes on, and then it's like, now, you don't know what to do. Come on. Where?
Heroes never die.
Fuck off. And I remember just being so mad, so I tried to ignore him for a week, and then I ended up seeing him again, and he was like, oh, you don't say hi to me anymore. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I say hi to you every time. Because I'm like being smart, I'm like, I know he knows I don't like him all of a sudden now. And he was like, you don't agree with my philosophies. Oh, no, I mean, I'm not going to agree with everything, but I'll always, you know, respect you, at least. Like, I'm bullshitting. Like, that's the stuff I mean where I'll be like, I'll kind of like confront people or kind of not confront people. I'm very picky about it because it's just certain things. It's like, I'm not ready to lose. I don't necessarily think that makes me like a weak or strong person, but I kind of feel like what does make me strong is like how I filter it, or how often I react. If I don't do it too often, it'll be a lot better. I meant those getting dry. But yeah, I was really upset with him when he did that. Cause I'm like, I'm not like, cause I'm like, I'm not gonna let you, I'm not gonna just, oh, you okay? Oh, bless you. But yeah, I mean, I can't just accept that. I mean, that was rude. And I feel like I had every right to be upset about it. And I just feel like when I talked to Mr. Sean about it, I feel like he was just kind of just being dismissive. Like, oh, you shouldn't let people give that much power. And it's like, it's a little deeper than that. I mean, I've known this person for like a bit. I've known this person for a bit. He's not just some stranger. I've known this person for a bit. But, you know, people like that, it's like you start to learn about them and then it's like, it's not good news. They're not as, you know, as nice as you thought they were.
This is not your time.
And then it ends up just being a thing of like, yeah, disappointed me. Again, yet again. Ah, I'm dying. Oh, of course, the bitch with a sniper gun. No! I tried to kill that Widowmaker, but didn't work. Didn't work.
I must
Oh,
go
just
where
stay
I
in
am
that
needed.
dude.
Heroes never die.
Oh, Brian. Oh! Oh! I'm gonna die. They actually came all the way over here just to shoot me. I want to see that. She actually did that.
Good as new.
She came all the way over here just to kill me.
Let's get you back out there.
Oh, I'm dead too. Well, I'm gone. Yeah, this is hard to focus in Overwatch and talk at the same time. It's not
Back
easy.
in the fight.
Because there's so much going on. Huh? The luggage. But I mean, yeah, I just was disappointed, like, by that. So it changed my perspective of how I see things now. Because the thing is, it's one thing to be black and be around people who are Christian, but then it's another thing to be, LGBT and then be around Christian people. Because then that's when it's like, okay, they either love you or they hate you. Like this could be a deal breaker for some people. And this could literally block people off to, like, enjoy me for who I am. So it's like, I kind of just start to, like, put up walls and not trust people at that point. And I think that was the first time I'm like, I really put up walls, because I'm like, if anyone's Christian, I don't trust them for a bit. If you're Christian and you're not gay, I don't trust you. Like, low-key, I felt like that. And that's not a great mindset to have, because it's like, not everybody's going to really accept you, so... And people don't accept you, they just don't. And that's just that. If I've learned that, like, people don't accept me, then fine. The door is behind you. Go take it. Go for it. No one's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you from leaving. Which is kind of a shame, too, because honestly, Khalil, not even to brag, really not even to brag at all, but I'm a very underrated, like, person to, just... Like, I'm a very, fun person to be around, I'd say. I'd say I pretty much am. I'm probably kind of bold, but I'd say I'm pretty fun to be around. So losing someone like me is like, you had to fucked up to just lose somebody like me. You don't lose somebody like me that easily. You've had to just fucked up really hard. That's why with that Corey thing, it took a lot to cut him off. It took a lot. It had to have been a lot of stress. Cause the reason I cut him off, it wasn't even just because of all the stuff he did. It was how he treated me that one day, where I was like, I am tired of it. I am tired of it. Cause I went to his house, right, and he was just being so weird. He was being so rude, and I got tired of it. I just was like, you're making me uncomfortable, dude. I'm gonna go home. And that was the last time I seen him. The last time I seen him was that. So I ended up blocking him on Instagram, blocking him everywhere, on everything. And I blocked his number. I still have his number in my phone for some reason. I don't know why. I'm too lazy to delete it, but I blocked him on everything. So he can't contact me. We cannot contact each other at all. Oh, she liked the video. Yeah, but they can't contact me at all. Well, he can't contact me. He's not non-binary. But oh, and also I didn't like some of the stuff he did too, because he would do little things like the thing with like straight men and bisexual women, right? They get funny, and Corey he did some shit like that, and I didn't really like that either. That's stuff that didn't affect me, but I kind of thought was kind of like strange. Like, why would you? I mean, I kind of like I get it because he himself is not gay, so maybe I get it. I get the ignorance a little bit. I get where it could come from, and then growing up, in such a homophobic area, I get it. However, what you do with that environment is like kind of where people may respect you or not respect you. I mean, if you grew up in an environment like that but change for the better, people can respect you for that. But like, if you just purposely don't change, people, will not respect you for that. And he did not really try to really change. Like, he actually outed me to one of my friends too when I wasn't ready. Because I was in, I think it was like 16 or 17 at the time, probably 17. And, yeah, I think I was like 17 going to 18 around that time. So, he had outed me, to her, or it might have been earlier than that, I don't remember. I think it was like 11th grade that I met him. But yeah, he had like outed me to this, girl I didn't really know. And that's dangerous because, like, what if she didn't really know me like that? Because she was a Haitian girl too, and I didn't really understand. Because a lot of people from Haiti, Haiti, I think Haiti in general is not really like a LGBT friendly company. I mean, a friendly country. I think it's in Africa. I'm not sure. Haiti, I think it is. It is. I think it. Yeah. I think Haiti's in Africa. I'm gonna look it up because I had. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. So yeah, Haiti is a Caribbean country. Um, it says it will be. It's like so. It's a non-African country technically. So yeah, it kind of confused me because I'm like, where is this at? Like, is this Haiti like a country or like is it a country in Africa or not? It's like I couldn't really tell because like I heard like obviously I know of it, but I didn't really know exactly where it's at. Because I know their languages are like French, so I'm like, but then Haiti, it's like, it sounds like an African country, but it's not. That's the funny part about it. So yeah, but yeah, my friend, she's like a Haitian female, and is pretty much accepting. Yeah, I've never been there, but my dad, he has a very like he has a heavy accent, so it's not like an American accent like mine. Like his is like Haitian basically. But my friend too, she has a Haitian accent too, so yeah. But she's actually pretty fun though. She's actually, I'm not gonna lie, she she's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Um, But yeah, I showed a picture of her to my mom. She was like, she's a nice chocolate girl. So yeah, she's cute. I can send you a picture. Yeah. Well, I mean, she'd mean that in a weird way, but you know, mom, she's just. That's the thing, right? Women, they're just very like, complimentary of each other. Complimentative. I don't know the word, but so sometimes they'll say stuff where it's like, are you a lesbian?" Like they'll say stuff like that. So yeah, but she didn't mean it like that. I mean, that's just how mom talks. She just she just means to be nice to people and stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean Haitians. Even my dad too, because I talked to him about. Well, he didn't. I didn't directly talk to him about stuff like that, but like LGBT stuff, because I kind of was like, holding back, because I kind of heard from my siblings how they don't really, how he doesn't really like agree with it, so it's like I end up holding it back, talking about it, because I'm like, well, if I can't talk to him about it, I mean, I'm just not going to. But then again, it's like he seems like a nice guy, but then again, I mean, even the most nicest of people will still let you down. Because you'll come to them with something and they'll be like, oh, yeah, you're disowned. Goodbye. And it's like, you're gonna throw away 18 years of my existence because you don't agree with who I go to bed with? Okay. I don't know how that works, but okay. Easy for you to do. Bless you. I don't think he would do that. I mean, I don't think so, but then again, I don't know. You don't really know till you tell somebody. That's why it's like, when it comes to stuff, you gotta take your time. You can't just come to people and be like, "Yeah, I'm gay, woohoo." No, you gotta think about like, what do they stand for? That's why with me, right? I ask people stuff, or what I'll do is like, if I don't feel like I know you well enough, I'll probably ask you like some, like what I'll do is like I'll make an account or something, and like ask people questions to see like what they stand for, to see. Like I'll be like, oh, do you stand for this? Are you against this person if they're racist to this person? And there was someone I knew, like he said, because I saw his things, and because I asked him, I guess for something, and he showed me, and he said he was like against bullying. So I'm like, if you're against bullying, then you're accepting of LGBT people, I guess. Because some people are hypocritical on that too. So yeah, that stuff is like really big for me. Because it's like at least me being black, I can't hide that. So like, if you don't fuck with me, I'll already know. But some people, yeah, that's the thing. You don't fuck with me, I'll already know. I'll already know. I'll know when you don't fuck with me because I'll know from you not talking to me. But being gay, it's like sometimes people don't really know. People can't really read it. Now some people can read it on me, some can't. But I get along with a lot of people, so it's like that stuff doesn't matter for a lot of people. But I'm sure, certain things, I can't really talk about with people, right? Like, I mean, obviously, I can't talk about, I can't talk about certain things, like, men, they can talk about all the girls they smash, right? Most of them, they could just be like, yeah, I smashed, like, 2 or 3 different girls with their friends, right? But me, I can't be like, I smashed, like, 2 or 3 guys with my friends, right? Because it's like, that would be kind of, they're gonna just be like, what? I mean, they won't be like. Well, I mean, my friends they're accepting, of course. Like my friends that like get me, they're like, okay, yeah, that's normal. That's normal for you. My Haitian female friend, she would, she's actually when I think about it, she's pretty accepting because we talk about we talk about this stuff all the time. Like we would joke about it. She'd be like, oh, you tried to steal my crush Kaim. And I was like, yeah, I did try that. Because we joke about how he would look at us funny and always just have a blank stare. Yeah, I'm telling you, high school was weird, man. I mean, people don't talk. People hide how they feel about stuff. They never say anything. And then when it comes down to it, it's like they're not talking. It's like when it comes down to it, it's like when they talk to you, it's like it's not that big of a deal what it was. They just weren't really talking directly to you, so they kind of just hid a lot of stuff. But yeah, I mean, Corey, he did some weird shit, and then the thing that he did too that was like really off-putting, and this should have been the first thing I did to cut him off. Like, I regret not cutting him off for this reason, but like he sexually assaulted my female best friend, the one that was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna say that. That's the wrong thing to say. I don't know why I said that. My mind slipped. Like, I wasn't even thinking. My throat is so dry right now too, so I'm like kind of fast talking so I don't awkwardly stop. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that. This is just a personal apology to myself for saying that, because it's like that's just not what you say about people. So you gotta catch yourself when you say things. Because for me, right, I'm not a famous person, so I have 0 people watching me right now. So this right now, this ain't affecting me. But like, if somebody's watching me, like if I had 30 people watching me, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, why would you say that? You should go kill yourself, you N-word." I'm telling you, it's a whole different energy when you have people watching you versus when you don't. It's crazy. It changes everything. um, but yeah, the one where I had that had mental health issues. I'll say that. I guess that's a lot. That's a lot easier to say. um. So yeah, he had assaulted her, sexually assaulted her, and I know this because she had told me, because she was like, he did this to me. He had forced himself on me, and it's like, and she was around him because she felt scared, and I think Corey he took advantage of that. It's like, why would you take advantage of somebody like that? I mean, if somebody's clearly not into you, I mean, just the answer is no. Why would you? Like, that's what gets me, right? But then the thing is, he'll lie around people, and that's what's annoying sometimes with Instagram, right? Because the thing is, even though I personally don't fuck with Corey no more, almost everybody does. Almost everybody around me fucks with Corey. They're like, "Oh yeah, Corey, he's my best. I like him. He's nice." Like, you like Corey? What are you saying that I don't? And then it just gets I just get to like exposure mode, where I'm like I expose the dirt he did to me and stuff half the time. Because I'm like, I'm not over it. That trauma is still there. Because people need to, I feel like some people need to know. Because I'm so tired of going on Instagram and following these people and seeing that shit over and over and over again. They'll be like, "Oh, I wanted to draw a picture of Corey." And I'm like, but you just talked shit about him with me 2 months ago, and now all of a sudden you like him now? You're drawing him? Oh my God. I mean, he didn't even rape me. But like, imagine how that feels, having somebody that like raped you like get celebrated. I mean, that feels like shit, doesn't it? Like, it feels like shit for me, because I'm like, that guy caused me trauma. And I don't know if I'm not gonna say it's deeper than rape, but it's like up there. It's up there. It's up there. It's up there. So he caused me trauma. So I don't want to go on Instagram and see people being like, "Oh yeah, my best friend, happy birthday." Now, granted, Corey, you can make his own friends. I mean, I can't really tell people to not talk to him, but I can only give people the information and be like, do what you will with it. Cause that's not okay. I mean, like, I'll never forget that stuff. Like, that stuff is just like, it's certain things where I'm like, I don't care what you do, just don't have it affect me. But like that, I mean, you rape somebody. I mean, it doesn't matter if it affected me or not. It's wrong, and you're trash. You're garbage. So go away. Because he was garbage for that, and he also like was talking shit about like this girl too. Because there was this girl. Well, she's now non-binary, but at the time, she didn't use she/her pronouns, and she ended up she was doing like a lot of stuff like in school. Like, she was throwing herself after people, and I kind of was telling Corey, I'm like, Corey, you're a bully. Why would you talk about her like that? Why would you call her a hoe and all this stuff? I'm like, do you know how damaging that is? And he didn't really understand it. He kind of just was like, whatever. And everybody around me, they kind of were just like, oh, she's a hoe, she's a hoe, she's a hoe. And they just didn't really use their own mind. Believe it or not, people are sheeps. People are fucking sheeps. They will literally, if 10 people or 20 people are talking shit about somebody, they're all going to do the same thing. I'm telling you. if One person does it, everybody else does it. It's the same thing with YouTube, right? Somebody says this person can't sing, everybody believes them. They all say it. They all say the same thing. That's why it's like y'all don't even know this girl. I swear, there's moments like that where I'm like, you know what? This is why women don't feel like they're heard. It's all this stuff. Cause like they'll talk about their stories, or people will defend them and then they get shot down. Like, you know how many times I got shot down for defending that girl? I tell people, I'm like, why are y'all so mean to her? and they just look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like I grew two heads. And they'll joke with me and say I like her or something. I'm like, that's really rude. That's really weird to say that. That's really weird. And then you know, I ended up talking to her. She was like, yeah, I felt suicidal. I felt embarrassed. And I'm like, I'm with you. I felt embarrassed for the shit I did too. You know how much shit I went through in high school? A lot. Low key, I don't want to talk about it, but then sometimes I'm like, this stuff, I think about this stuff at like 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm like in my bed alone. Like, you'd be surprised. It's like it's the weirdest thing, but like, it's what I do. I'm human. my mind just does not let go of stuff completely. It lets go of stuff for about like a few months, but then I remember it randomly. So yeah, that's how that works. My mind is just powerful like that. Sometimes for the wrong reasons. Because I remember my worst moments, my most embarrassing moments, and it's like, okay, can I just turn it off? Can I just be somebody else? Can I just get a new body so I don't have to carry this stuff? Like, I'd be thinking like that, so yeah, it would be kind of like that. But yeah, every time I go on Instagram, I gotta see like Corey's stuff every now and then. So it's like honestly, what I want to do when I see that stuff, I want to just block those people. I'm like, you know what, block. But that would be so wrong of me. Like, I'd be so wrong because I'm like, I'm blocking someone because they're following someone I don't like, and I don't really think that's right. But it's kind of justified, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they don't talk to me anyway. Cause I'm gonna be so honest with you, I post stuff, people will usually just like the stuff, but no, people barely comment or barely like respond to anything I do. So it'd just be like, what's the point? What's the point in doing these things? Cause I'll be like, oh, song challenge. Nobody will say anything. Literally nobody. A couple people will, but nobody will. And I'm like, you know what? I get maybe a couple people won't say something, but I'm like, come on. How do y'all go through this and then don't type in a damn word? Like, what? Like, I did a whole Whitney Houston cover earlier, and I mean, some people commented, but it's like, I mean, somebody put in, you know, Travis Scott. I'm like, I'm not singing Travis Scott. I'm just not. I don't care for him, but yeah. I mean, people they just do not like comment on this. I'm just like, okay. Fine. But if it was my own music, oh my god, everybody be on that shit in a second. maybe that's what people are waiting for. I don't know, because I know the album is in high anticipation. Because I think everybody at this point, they're like, we're waiting for it. Because look, if Rihanna won't give you the album, I will. That's how I gotta do that. If Rihanna doesn't give the album, I will. Because let's be honest, I mean, I'm by no means a better singer than Rihanna, but in terms of consistency, I could be more consistent than Rihanna. I could be. I really could be if I wanted to. Because I'm like, you're not going to wait 5 years for an album that long. That's too long. I mean, she's the only person that could get away with that, but if it had been anybody else, they'd lose everything. Honestly, they just lose everything. So I would never do something like that. But yeah, album hopefully coming this year, as I've said, you know, before. So when that comes, yep, it'll be there. Realistically, it'll probably come in December because it's like a lot of cover art stuff I'd have to do. Like, I'd have to do a cover art and then have to I'd probably have to pay for it too. So It's like all those things. I'm like, I'm not ready for that stuff. I am not ready. Ooh, what did you burn? I know, I'm trolling you. Way of saying you're a back cook. I mean, anybody can cook good. Literally, what I do it myself. I just Google. I. I mean, I guess with some cases, it's like you could. I mean, you could always cook something, but I guess it's like it. There's a difference between, I guess, cooking something and then like really fancying it up. Like for me, I put parsley and bacon bits on the mac and cheese, but most people would probably not do that. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like most people when they eat mac and cheese. They just do like the cheese, of course, and the macaroni and whatever else they put in there. I use half and half in milk for mine. And oh, and salt and pepper. They'll just do that. Maybe not the half and half, but they'll put the milk in and then make it that way. But it'll be kind of too simple. Like for me, I like to add stuff to it. I'm gonna add more bacon bits next time. Cause I kind of didn't really taste it that much when I made it. Wait, are you like alone or something? Oh, bless you. Okay, get tested. You got corona. I'm just kidding. Oh. I've never made a chicken pot pie before. Yeah, I would love to. But then again, I don't really like I don't really eat stuff that like falls off like that. Like I don't like stuff that's like I eat a lot of like rice and meat based foods type of thing. I don't really eat like a lot of I don't really know too many like other styles of like eating meat or anything like that, so I'll try to learn in the future. Plus I've never did pies before. So that's something that's like a dessert slash savory item I've never really done before. Whew. I've never made a cake from scratch before either. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty experimental with my stuff. Like, I put French vanilla creamer in my chocolate milk. Yeah, I did for like a while, and that's a thing, huh? Yeah, I guess I'll play Tekken. I'll play Tekken. No, I was saying I guess I'll play Tekken.